Moving from West Darfur into the north is Cap Kabia. Few journalists have been allowed this far into northern Darfur, an area where most of the recent fighting has occurred. At least 70% of this region is controlled by rebels. It is also home to a large population of nomads who aid workers say have largely been ignored by the international community. Darfur's other residents equate them with government-allied militias, although these nomads have stayed out of the fight, as have most of the major Arab tribes. Because of their alleged loyalties, the nomads live with the constant fear of being attacked by the rebels of the Sudanese Liberation Army, or SLA, who could mistake them for militias. Many nomads lost everything: homes, schools, mosques, and camels when rebels attacked their villages. Yet few have received support from international organizations. This is the heart of the current crisis in northern Darfur. These are some of the oldest camel routes in the world. This actually goes north up to Libya and Egypt. It's here where the crisis in Darfur began, with increasing numbers of nomads and their animals putting tremendous pressure on the land. Also, the Great Sahara Desert has claimed more and more of the normal grazing lands. This has then forced these nomads down into the traditional farming lands to the south, and hence the beginning of the conflict. Darfur has been called the first environmental war of the 21st century. Global warming is blamed for the disruption of the rains brought by the monsoons. As the rainfall diminished, the north became hard to cultivate, forcing semi-nomadic tribes to become fully nomadic, encroaching more and more upon the remaining grazing land belonging to the farmers in the south. In previous generations, nomads were welcome passers-by. Farmers would share their wells. Herders even fed their camels on the leavings of the harvest. Now the fault line falls between settled farmers and nomadic herders over failing lands. While the nomads of northern Darfur have been traditionally underserved by the international community, one UN agency is making a major difference. UNICEF has been working in Darfur since the crisis began.
UNICEF has been a big part of the success in Darfur. Our work is immediate and real. It has an impact on the malnutrition rates and the mortality rates. Without UNICEF and its partners on the ground, I think we would not be seeing the success in Darfur that we have.
Here at Al-Harar village, a nomadic enclave in northern Darfur, UNICEF sponsors both a health clinic and a unique local school. These are the traditional nomads here, way in the north of Darfur. They're just graduating from school today, and these are their school certificates, which show that, in fact, they have finished another year here. This school was built in 1974 as one of the oldest schools in all of this part of Darfur. It is specifically for nomads and caters to their needs. It allows them to complete their education both here in a fixed school and on the road. This was all rehabilitated thanks to UNICEF, but is run by a local NGO completely made up of nomads. So, Assalamu alaikum. Ahlan wa sahlan. UNICEF is working with partners across Darfur to ensure the survival and development of women and children. One such group is Al-Masar, a Sudanese charity for nomad development and environmental conservation.
Al-Mazar organization work mainly with the nomads to better their life in the issues of education, health, administration of water resources, animals' health, issues of peace, and so on.
Together with Al-Mazar and UNICEF, the World Food Program provides these nomadic children with a healthy breakfast as an incentive to attend school. Abu Bakr Adam Hishak is the beloved headmaster of the school.
This is the food from the WFP organization because it supplied all the schools with the food.
For many of these children, this might be the only meal they receive all day.
All the Darfurian community depend on the food distribution that came from WFP. So the nomadic community want to be included in WFP distribution of food items.
And just this is the beginning. And maybe in the next year will be the start for all the school here. We take breakfast in the schools.
Before the school feeding program, enrollment was as low as 5% for boys and 0% for girls. Now gross enrollment at this school has reached 19.8% for girls and 42.8% for boys. An astonishing accomplishment.
One of the things I always focus on is education. I mean, when I go into a place, even as difficult as Darfur, and I see girls and boys at school, it gives me hope that they will be able to have the same kind of aspirations as children in the United States.
If current trends continue, Ted's dream may not be far from reality. Thanks to programs such as this one, primary school enrollment has increased substantially in the last year, from 382,000 children in 2005 to 516,000 children in 2006.
I and all the community thank UNICEF and know UNICEF very much.
Thanks to international aid, private donations, and to the efforts of thousands of dedicated NGO staff members, the relief effort has been working. But despite these major victories, there is an ominous storm on the horizon for Darfur.